it has a ripple effect on absolutely everything around you. In some way, we are losing our ability to use our human morals and values and respect. It's a very, very sad future that we are moving towards. Hello, a traveler of worlds, and welcome back to another video. It's gonna be a chatty one today. I have a very specific topic that I want to cover, and it's also a very quiet and mundane Sunday. I want to get some cleaning done. I want to prep some color swatches for a new painting I'm gonna start, and I want to sit in the sunlight. And so I thought I'm gonna share my thoughts and kind of sprinkle them in throughout the day, and this way we can just, have a lovely time together, I hope. So, the topic I wanted to talk about is the importance of prioritizing art and creativity these days, and why it maybe is more important than ever that we prioritize it. And I have three topics like underneath this theme that I wanna talk about. So I'm just gonna start with the first one and see where my thoughts lead me, because I don't have a script. I'm just gonna talk here. So the first point I want to talk about is actually the therapeutical aspect of making art and being creative. And just keep in mind that when I say art and being creative, I actually mean all creative aspects that we do, like everything from writing to music, to knitting, to, fashion designing, or just making architecture. There's so many creative ways to express yourself, and I'm talking about all of them. Here in Norway, there is a severe lack of therapists in relation to the people who need help, in the relation to people who need someone to talk to, which is a really sad and heartbreaking thought to know that there's so many people out there who need someone to talk to and just don't have that. I myself have been in therapy since I was 11, and I've been one of the few lucky ones who's received this help up until now, up until 26 years old. That's what I'm now. And in a couple of months, I will be quitting my therapy because, at some point I need to start on my own 2 feet. I need to stand on my own 2 feet. But what about all those people who don't get access to a therapist? What about all these people who have to wait years, literally years, standing on a waiting list to get access to someone to talk to? Now, I had this thought that what do therapists do? Keep in mind, I'm just sharing my thoughts here, but what do therapists do? Well, you talk to them, you share your stories, you share things that have happened to you, experiences, you share the way you think, you share your visions for the future, you share and talk about how your brain works. And basically, a therapist is an unemotional entity giving you feedback on what he or she is hearing. Like, the person isn't necessarily unemotional, but because they aren't in your inner circle like family or friends, they can give a much better objective viewpoint and help you that way to develop your brain and enhance your life. So they help you problem solve, they help you discover yourself, they help you tap into your emotions. Now, as I went through these thoughts, I realized that sounds an awfully lot like something we do when we create something new, when we tap into creativity. And mind you here, I might be very late to these epiphanies. I might be very late to this revelation. I know there's so many art therapeutic courses and stuff like that out there. But once again, I'm just talking about what my mind is occupied with at the moment. And that is that I suddenly saw very clearly the similarity between a therapist and making art. I personally think it's so incredibly important that we as a human race, that we as a society become emotionally and mentally stronger. And that is hard in a society where everything is becoming colder, everything is becoming more fast-paced and automatic. We are connecting less to people. We cannot trust our eyes anymore from what we see, if it's real or not, especially when you see things on screens. We don't know what the truth is about, how people look like and what they have achieved and what they are creating. We don't know what the truth is, and all of these things mess up our brains, and especially younger generations who are born into this very fast and cold growing world. And it's more important than ever that somehow we tap into ourselves and become more emotionally secure within ourselves and mentally stronger. Because if we continue doing what we do now, walking around kind of empty and sad, purposeless, working our asses off, forgetting what makes us live, what makes us want to live, if we disconnect from other humans, if we are divided by all the horrible things happening in the world and all the things we disagree with, it's a very, very sad future that we are moving towards. And to be honest with you, it's not a future I want to live in. Now, to just come back to the core of this point, if we can use art as therapy for ourselves, because creativity in art means problem solving. It is a journey of self-discovery. It is a journey of accepting wins and facing setbacks. It is a journey of allowing yourself to feel your emotions and putting it into something to show the world, to show to other people so that you can connect over it. Creativity is the therapist you didn't know you needed, I think, maybe. And if you already knew that, I just want to emphasize the importance of continuing to do that. It is not about what you actually create. It is about the process of creating itself and the therapeutical aspects of it. You can make yourself a stronger, mentally stronger, emotionally healthier, more loving, more kind, more vulnerable, a more beautiful being by just going the process of doing what you love, in creating and making things. Now I just need another cup of coffee, and then I have one more point that goes underneath this therapy thing. Yes, I most definitely filmed my coffee shot in the messiest room in my house, just because it would give me some pretty sunlight. This right here is my favorite spot of the property. You'd think it is this whole bunch of dead trees, actually. I thought so when we got here, that was like, we need to remove this because it's rubble. It's just dead. But it's not. They are alive. And even though they're kind of laying flat on the earth floor, they bloom. They will be filled with flowers. All these tiny branches here, they will be covered in flowers in maybe a couple of weeks' time, and I can't wait. So, another thought I wanted to build upon from what I talked about in the first point, which was how we can use art and creativity as a way to therapize ourselves. Therapize. Is that a word? I don't know. But to use it as therapy. Because there are huge similarities between creativity and therapy. Another thought I had about that was, this might sound weird, but I'd love to leave the world one day just the tiniest bit better than when I arrived. And with that, I mean, I don't I don't have any big ambitions. I'm actually noticing that as I evolve, as I grow, the desire to have big ambitions and achieve big things is diminishing, because I'm starting to see the beauty and the value of the simple life I'm living now. But when I say I want to leave the world a better place than when I arrived, I mean like the impact I have on my inner circle and the people I meet and the beauty around me, the environment, my home. I'd like to, in the most minuscule way, have a good impact on that. And in order to do that, I believe you need to have a sense of safety and inner peace within, and a sense of joy and the ability to love to your fullest capacity. And in order to do that, of course, you need to start with yourself. You need to pursue the things that you love doing, the things that bring you purpose. Because when you find things that make your life worth living, outside of people and relationships and having things, when you find something that drives you to continue to live, and for me that is making beautiful things. It doesn't even have to be beautiful, but like making things, writing, having that purpose brings me a sense of peace, brings me a sense of joy. And yes, it's a turbulent road. Like I said, therapy can be a very uncomfortable experience where you talk about things you don't think you want to talk about or work with because it is uncomfortable. And art is the same way. You go through so many uncomfortable processes. And I'm definitely doing that now. I'm working on this big painting, and I have to learn so many new things and problem solve so many new things to create the vision I have in my head. But the way that I grow in doing this is invaluable. When you manage to prioritize your purpose, and by prioritizing your purpose and the things that bring you joy and fulfillment, you feel naturally more at ease inside. And when you feel more at ease inside, you go out into the world, you go out into society, or just like your inner family circle like I do, because I don't go much further than that. But you are happier, and people will notice. People will notice when you are at ease. People will notice when you feel better. People will notice when you are emotionally and mentally stronger. And when they notice that you are mentally and emotionally stronger, and when you manage to focus on the positive things and share this beauty and this enjoyment with others, it has a ripple effect on absolutely everything around you. And just that simple step of seeing the value of what you do, seeing the importance of what you create, how you create, just creating in general, not the outcome, but just doing it, seeing that it matters, actually makes the world a tiny bit of a better place, in my opinion, if I dare say so.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden.
I have some real tired and adorable puppies after our walk. In a world where realness and authenticity is fading, let your craft be the counterforce. That is what I wrote to myself yesterday when I was writing notes for this video. I don't know about you, but my soul and my heart is deeply, deeply craving realness. It is deeply craving authentic people. It is deeply craving authentic relationships. It is deeply craving the showing and the allowing of emotions, to share love, to share pain, to share curiosity, to share who you are. I am feeling such a deep craving for that. And I also feel an immense sadness for humankind, for this world, because it seems, at least how it is presented through social media and news and TV and everything online on the internet, and also in real life, and that is that we all seem to be so very divided in many ways. We are supposedly divided by race and religion, by gender, by cultures. And I find that so incredibly sad. Because in the end, aren't we all basically the same? You know, we're all just human beings stumbling our way through life, trying to figure things out, trying to understand things, wanting to be loved, wanting to be seen, wanting to be understood. I think that's a pretty universal desire that humans have. And in my eyes, like, I might definitely be wrong, but in my eyes, it just seems like we have a hard time giving each other that. In many ways, because there are so many topics, so many, I don't find the right word, so I'm just gonna call it a topic. So topic of race or gender or these kind of things. So many topics that are dividing us, that we can't show this and do that and be like this for another person because of this and this and that. And I find that incredibly sad that it seems like in some way we are losing our ability to use our human morals and values and respect to just face each other as equals, no matter what we look like, no matter where we come from, no matter what we do. Anyway, that is my viewpoint of it, and that is why I came to this part of where that I'm craving this authenticity, I'm craving connection, without all these topics kind of mumble jumbling it up. And also, I think that art and creativity is such a golden opportunity to achieve that. It is such a universal language where we don't have to understand each other through words. We don't have to, be from a certain place or look like somebody like that to find understanding in it. We have this universal language, all of us, that understand love and pain and joy and confusion and suffering. We all know what those things mean. And through creativity, we can express it and we can connect to each other on a very deeply emotional basis if we dare to be vulnerable. And I think it's about time that we start shifting our focus a little bit, instead of thinking about all the things that divide us and all the things that are done wrong, all the things that are unfair. This is easy for me to say because I have lived a very easy life, so yeah, I'm saying that very carefully, know that. But also, I hope that at some point in our existence, we can find a very basic level of understanding and love and kindness towards everyone, regardless of where we're coming from or what we think, what we believe. And once again, I think creativity, pursuing and prioritizing the things that make us want to live, is key to that. So if you ever doubt that your work doesn't matter, your passion doesn't matter, the things you love to do don't matter, I think they do, if that is of any relief. I really, really think that they do. I really, really think that you pursuing and prioritizing that what brings you joy and peace, that what helps you be vulnerable, be yourself, show emotion, show realness and authenticity, you are giving so much more to the world than you could ever believe, ever believe. And I hope we also at some point can come to a point where that is enough, that our contribution is just to make beautiful things, connect through that love each other, be kind to each other, respect each other, and that is enough. But I think I'm thinking very much outside of the box right now. That is like very high thinking for this world and society that we live in. But you know, a girl can dream, right? So, ending it there. Ramble is over. Good morning, everyone. It's good morning because it's the next day. I couldn't find the energy to finish my video yesterday, so here we are. For those of you who are curious about my secret project, because I've been talking about it in my last couple of videos, my secret art project, it is going well. I am kind of behind schedule. I was supposed to finish a big painting like last week. The point was, I got everything right with the composition. I know exactly what I want to paint. I just couldn't figure out the colors. And I'm like, if I can't visualize the colors, I can't visualize my painting. And so I was like, okay, I'm not figuring this out. I can't visualize it. So I'm just going to take a break from it. I have everything else sorted. So once I find the colors, I will be very much all right. And so I just took a break from it. And I've taken a break from it, and this morning I was just swatching some colors, and I think I finally figured it out. So, you know, I was contemplating whether I should go with this kind of a theme or these kind of colors, and I'm definitely leaning towards this one. So I can show you real quick. I actually started the big painting last week. And then I was right at the beginning and everything, I was just like, no, this is not working out. So this is what that looks like. This is somewhat of the composition, like you can see. And let me show you my mess here. This one, this is like a quick concept sketch of what I want. And now, well, this looks horrible. This only makes sense to me, but you know, you get the idea, I hope. So this stuff, this needs to go on there, is the plan. And now I'm just really excited to continue working on it because I think I figured out what I want. So what I'm going to do today is, I think I'm just going to make a small version of the big painting and be absolutely certain that I'm getting the vibe that I want from my painting. Right. Let's do that. I still have one more other point for you about the other topic, but I'll do that later.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Damn, girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now?
Hello again. It is now a week later than I started the video. I have a bad habit of doing this, like intending to make a video in one day, but it's never just one day. Mister! He is on his watch post again. There. And when he stands there, he usually sees a lot of stuff he can bark on. Great. Anyway, before I go, I have this one last point I wanted to share with you, and I'm gonna keep it really short. It's a short one, and I've talked way too much already. And oh yeah, and also, just like, regarding the secret project again, I finished this color palette, still not there yet, and then I tried this one. And I think that's what I'm going for. Like this, it once again looks bad because everything is just a test of swatching the colors, and I don't have the colors in the right places. But like the color palette would be something of this sort. I think more like violet, blue, warm yellow. But yeah, the last point is really simple. We as humans, not perhaps you and me, but so many people destroy so much. We destroy lives. We destroy countries, we destroy history and architecture, we destroy Mother Nature. We can be so destructive, but the beautiful thing is we can also make so many beautiful things. We have the capability to create extraordinary things. And that is where the importance of your art and prioritizing your art and your craft is so important. Because we destroy so much, your contribution of creation is all the more valuable in every single way. That your craft, the things that you do and you make, it adds to the beauty of the world, it adds to the beauty of life, in my opinion. So by prioritizing doing what you love and seeing the importance of that, you give so much, more than you could ever imagine. And I think of I repeat myself, but I notice that I'm really passionate about this subject, that I want you to know how important it is that you keep doing what you do. And Bam Mom is walking around and you can hear his little paws in the background. But yeah, I'm just gonna stop here. I've said what I wanted to say, and I hope you somehow found some value and enjoyed this video. If not for the talking, then perhaps just getting a little peek into a very Norwegian artist life. And I can wait to share what's to come with you, art pieces, just seeing the Norwegian world coming to life, nature coming to life. And yeah, if you're new here, I wholeheartedly invite you to become a part of the A Traveler of Worlds community. It would mean absolutely everything to have you here. And yeah, with that, I will say goodbye, and I will see you next time.